It's another exciting day in paradise, and boy, oh boy, is it a great day to be alive, especially when you consider the alternative. So, another week has passed, and it's getting closer and closer to when I'm able to be a sales rep / technician for the job I'm working at. So I'm excited about that. But this video I'm making right now isn't really a positivity video. This is episode 2 of Adventures in Canvassing and Sales, and it was sparked and inspired by a recent person I just actually knocked on the door with. So as a canvasser, and I can't wait to be in sales, but as a canvasser, you get to meet all sorts of exciting and interesting people on both sides of the spectrum. And today I got to meet a very special individual. And that type of individual is kind of, I guess I would call this person Two-Face. And why would I call a person Two-Face? Well, it's because that's exactly how they act. So I'll give you this scenario so you can just feel me out. So I am the type of person, I'm very straightforward, I'm very honest. As soon as somebody says, hey, what is this about? I explain what our company's about, what we do. We're trying to leave a good impression on people, so hopefully they'll purchase our system, and so forth. I like straightforward people. So if you're going to tell me you're not interested, I want you to be straightforward with me. I don't want you to waste my time, because my time is very precious. Everybody's time is very precious. My time, to me, is very precious. And so when I go to somebody and I talk to them and they're super friendly, and I go through my spiel, I'll go ahead and tell you the scenario with this guy. He's sitting down in his lawn chair messing with this freaking his sprinkler system thingy. And I walk up to him super friendly, tell him, hey, I go through my spiel, get in the water sample bottle. He goes inside, collects the water sample back, comes back to me, gives it to me. He sits back down. So when somebody sits back down, I have to get on their level, because I don't like to talk above people. I don't like to stand on top of them, make it look like I'm hoovering over somebody. So I get down on my knees and start reading off the questionnaire, because we have a questionnaire we do before we schedule appointments. And in the questionnaire, we have questions like, what is in your water? How's your water smell and taste? And do you see any leftovers, any residue on anything? Any unusual smells, stuff like that? And then one of the key questions in the questionnaire is, do you have a water softener or water treatment system for the house? Does your house run through a water softener, water treatment system in the house? And this guy tells me, no, it does not. So I'm getting through the spiel. I get to the flyer. I go to the flyer to read the flyer. Halfway into the flyer, he receives a phone call. And this is kind of like a telltale thing. I should have known this guy's a douchebag. But I went ahead and he answers the phone while I'm sitting there on my knees, switching from knee to knee, because I was in the military. My knees are jacked up, so they hurt a lot. So I'm switching from knee to knee, sitting there as he has a conversation on the phone with somebody. And not a quick conversation. He's talking about whether he wants to cook ribs, cook a fucking burger or whatnot. Excuse my language again. I get really riled up on these situations. He's, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Okay. He finally makes the decision after I'm sitting there on my knees for about 3 minutes. He finally gets off the phone with this person just to answer another phone call from another person to talk about how he's going to cook some stuff and waste another 3 minutes of my time. So at this point, I'm like really getting fed up, but I'm a nice guy. I'm going to let it go through, right? This guy gets off the phone, and I'm reading through the flyer. I proceed to continue through the flyer. He picks a gift card, $25 Walmart. I'm like, yeah, that's a good choice. So the technician is going to deliver the test results and recheck your water any day between Monday through Saturday. Now that they do require both you and your spouse to be there for the test, so that way we can get both your opinions. He says, well, I'm going to cut you off for a second. I just have a question. Like, are you trying to sell me something? And I explain, no, I don't have anything for you to buy, but I actually do have something I'll leave at the end of the appointment anyways, so I'll go ahead and read it through it. I read through the legitimacy flyer that tells all about our company, but we're just doing free water testing to leave a good impression, like I said before. And this piece of garbage tells me, I'm not interested. I'm not interested right now. And I say, okay, all right, fine. you just wasted 20 minutes of my time. I don't say that, but I'm thinking in my head, you just wasted 20 minutes of my time, whatever. So we do assess every neighborhood. I'm going to leave you this not home flyer, so if you change your mind, you can call and reschedule an appointment. But I'm just curious, because about 92% of people who don't want a free water test, usually the reason is because they have some sort of water treatment. You don't have a water treatment system, right? That's not why you don't want a water treatment test. This piece of crap tells me, I actually have a water treatment system. I said, what, you have a water softener? He says, yeah, I got a water softener. I said, that was one of the questions we asked you on the flyer. Did you not, did I not speak clearly on that? He said, no. He said, I like to hear everybody's spiel first before I go ahead and explain it. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, basically what you wanted to do was waste my freaking time is what you wanted to do. You want to waste my time because you're a piece of trash, basically. What kind of person does that? Like, knows that they're wasting somebody's time, but just goes ahead and lets that person waste their time. A piece of trash. Somebody who thinks that you're basically not worth the dirt on the bottom of their shoe. And that's the type of people I get to meet when I knock on doors. I get to meet super nice people, and then I get to meet crappy human wastes of space. And that is why I wanted to create this little side channel about on YouTube, because on the one side of the spectrum, I like to be very motivational. I like to give advice. I've dealt with a lot of stressful stuff in my life. I've dealt with a whole crap load of things. So I like to give advice and help people through that. But with that comes, you have to have a form of stress relief. You have to be able to get rid of your stress in some way, shape, or form. And since it's my YouTube channel, I figure, whatever. I'll do what I want to do, and I'll create whatever I want to create. And so I wanted to create that channel. So this is Adventure 2. This is episode 2 of Adventures in Canvassing and Sales. So don't be that douchebag is basically what I'm getting at. Don't be that douchebag. Be straightforward, people. Don't lead people on just because you love to see people in pain and suffering. And y'all have a fantastic weekend. And take care. Hope to see y'all in the nice, juicy, long stream today. One of my last ones before I have to cut back my stream time because of becoming a sales rep. All right. See y'all later. Back to you in the studio, Bob.